have spent the past probably hour or so, I'll say it's been long enough for a short rest. I don't know if anyone needs to do anything with a short rest, but you have been attempting to gather as much information as you can on the entities within the library and what you could possibly do about basically getting out of the library because there is no other way out. You're trapped in here. So a couple potential plans of things that you could do is releasing Ajireal, the Reaper, will take away a lot of the protections and you can get out that way, but that can have other consequences in that all the souls that are trapped there get to go to the afterlife, which might not be good because Ezmarith kind of wants that. But that would be a straightforward way. You could destroy the souls of the cultists. Zamiel believes there's a talisman down below that could be used to destroy them once and for all. You could try and get Ajireal to help, or take on Ezmarith. You have a couple of options. Zamiel hasn't been below since she fled and locked the door, but then the only way to go is forward.
By the stars, it feels like that took forever. Well, what have we learned?
This, Ajireal, some sort of an angel or something. Sounds pretty powerful. Trapped and murdered a bunch of cultists. Not sure if they're still around.
Oh, they are.
Behind locked doors, I think.
Ajireal is being used as a trap to keep the souls of the cultists from moving on, because if they move on, they can become very powerful demons, which is a problem. So he's been stuck here for a while, since before the world ended, and he's not happy about it, so he's been trying to figure out ways to solve the problem. May not have a perfect solution, but probably has a solution if you can find and convince him.
I say we find this Ajireal angel and see if he can help us.
It does seem like an angel might have a bit better of a conversation than a demon, yeah.
Yeah, definitely.
Maybe.
Or you could just go kill Ezmarith.
Kill the undead cult leader who wants to be killed.
If you're able to destroy the soul with the talisman, if you can find it.
What does this talisman look like? Shiny?
It's called the Talisman of Oblivion, and it is most likely found in the Cursed Concert Room.
Cursed Concert Room.
That's where the Duke was working on freeing the musician from the 3 items that her soul was stuck into, along with the person who did it, using the talisman.
Oh, and by chance, would there perhaps still be some of these instruments in said room?
Oh, I'm sure they are, and they're very dangerous. The person who did it does not want to give the pieces of the soul, does not want to give the musician's soul back. She is kind of crazy.
Well, part of Rasha's soul has already been released. What would happen to do the rest? Yeah, anyway. And I don't like that cursed part. The concert room is rather appealing to me.
Well, then we should go check out the concert room, cursed or otherwise.
Yes.
And who knows? Maybe it will have an angel.
Well, I hope the angel is friendly.
One way to find out. You will need to find a ritual if you want to free the angel, by the way. Your best bet's gonna be looking in the Archive of Fiendish Knowledge.
How many archives do you have here?
Many. It's a magic library. I don't know what you expected when you came in here, but
Fair enough.
they were researching a lot of things here. Samuel opens the door for you using the very special key and ushers you through the door very quickly before slamming it behind you, and you hear lock. A sensation that is becoming oddly and ominously familiar in this place.
Not again.
I don't like doors that don't open.
She'll open it if she's convinced that you've killed him. If he's gone, yeah, she'll open it. But she can't let him get out. So you walk down the stairs and enter another hallway. There's eerie red light coming from a grand chandelier hanging from the ceiling. You hear the sound of faint music coming from a nearby door. And there's a little sort of antechamber kind of like tucked behind the stairs, which has a very pretty table and a very comfy looking chair and sofa. It looks like a little sitting room.
I think Lysandra would just start going towards the music.
You start going towards the music, which is the first door on your left, and you just going straight in, or
Peer around the door a bit.
give me a perception check as you peek in through the door.
Total 20.
You hear there is a mix of piano and harp music.
Ooh, bougie.
Also, just roll me an insight check.
Can I change that to intelligence?
Oh,
Not that
Ouch.
it'll make that much difference. It's an 8 or a 10, depending.
if Eliona and Pasong would like to roll insight or intelligence before you walk into this room.
Got an 11.
11, nice.
Oh, I'm rubbing off on you.
I was rolling really bad last time too, so
18.
Pasong, you remember Samuel mentioning that the ritual for freeing Ajireal is in the Archive of Fiendish Knowledge. And you're pretty sure if they found a way to break the curse, they would also have the instructions in the Archive of Fiendish Knowledge. You should probably go there first.
I think I just remember reading a part about, what was it? The Archive of Fiendish Knowledge. We should definitely check that before we try anything that might get us killed.
But there's music.
Yeah, music is great, but I think reading is more fundamental, don't you think?
I guess Rasha will have to wait, I suppose.
I have a good feeling about this. It's probably the best step right now. Let's find that.
Eliona, what do you think? More reading?
I mean, I'm all for whatever set of circumstances leads to less personal pain and death, and so
Exactly.
if that's reading and then music, then I think reading and then music might be the way to go.
Fine.
It's not like we won't return. We definitely will.
I mean, where are we going to go? Out?
Yeah, not very likely. But with this, we might have a better chance. And then I'd like to lead the way to wherever that may be. If I saw a map or something.
Give me an investigation check, because I will say some of these rooms are in fact labeled.
Okay.
Can we assist?
Yeah, I'll let you have it with advantage since all three of you are looking.
Oh, that's much better, 18, because before it was 4.
Oh!
You start to open the door on the right, and then someone's like, wait, no, that's not, and points to the sign. You're like, oh, okay. So you go to the end of the hallway, around the corner, there's a door immediately to the left is Ezmarith. Archive of Fiendish Knowledge.
Gotta love libraries. They're so navigable.
Signs help.
Only if you read them.
Is the door open, closed, locked, unlocked, glowing?
On fire.
Give me investigation.
18.
18 is you are looking at the door. It's not locked. You also spot that it looks like whoever closed this door didn't quite close it all the way, and it might have been recent entry or exit.
I think perhaps someone has been here before us.
Well, that's not...
Although I suppose lots and lots of spirits have been here before us for a long time, so...
But do spirits use doors?
A good question.
We'll have to ask.
Samuel did. I mean, she's a skull, but she did.
Should we... knock?
We haven't knocked so far, have we? And it hasn't changed anything?
Also, I'll say with that investigation, you don't hear any sounds coming from inside.
So, if there was somebody here before us, they're either being very quiet or they have gone.
Well, all right then.
I'm gonna go ahead and open it.
In we go.
You head into the Archive of Fiendish Knowledge. You see rows of shelves that are filled with dozens and dozens of books about demons, devils, hell, evil rituals, so on and so forth. Some volumes are seductive or scholarly work, usually probably not written with the best of intent and full of promises, but not sure how many of those promises would actually be followed through on. This is like the gateway drug to messed up research.
Oh, fun. Looking around, is there any sort of key or like Dewey Decimal System to figure out where to start?
Roll for investigation.
12.
I'll say you don't really find a key per se, but you do spot, as you're just kind of like wandering around trying to figure out how this is organized, you spot there are 5 books bound with a thin white rope and like some notes sticking out of the top of the pages.
Go take a look at those. Who the devil thought they would be able to check books out of a sealed library?
Is there anyone else looking around or looking around for anything in particular?
Yeah, for Basang, is there a title about the releasing of the angel or anything like that?
I'll say as you are looking for that, you spot the books that Lysandra is looking at. And roll Arcana.
Ooh. No boost there, but it's a nat 20, so we're good.
Oh! Okay.
Let me just unlock my monk knowledge and my...
You're very versed in books.
Part of me pictures Song just like goes up, takes the books from Lysandra, and you go like find a table and start looking at them. So, these books are on the studies of heavenly planes and their denizens, but from the perspective of fiends and people who follow them. The wording and the phrasing, they're not subtle about the spite and hatred they feel towards angels. And looking at the notes, you spot someone was trying to figure out specific information, and you're able to figure out the pattern and the ritual like within 5 minutes of how to free Ajireal.
Oh, perfect.
You're welcome.
I will definitely share that with the group. It's like, come look at this. This is exactly what I was talking about.
See, I knew we could find it.
5 minutes in, found it! And Eliona, do you want to roll investigation, looking for anything in particular?
I think I'm gonna, because I know there's, like, what we found so far is about, like, Ajireal, but I know that Ajireal was also trying to do this, like, clean slate protocol or whatever for all these evil souls in here. And while I imagine that magically trapped angels aren't, like, the most interested in keeping notes, I guess I'm curious to see if Ajireal perhaps has anything in here about, or if there's anything else that perhaps Ajireal was studying about that process that he was trying to, or they were trying to enact.
Go for it. Give me the roll.
20 total.
You are able to find some books or like just some pieces. Like you'll spot a book, you'll grab it, kind of like flip through and see that it is potentially possible for the angel to, by twisting their nature and some of their abilities, which imagine they've had plenty of time to do, and find, like moral and ethical loopholes to make this happen, they would be able to essentially clean slate wipe the past memories and give those souls a fresh start. That does go against a lot of what Ajireal is. It goes against their nature. They don't judge, they just guide. But this is one of those unique situations where that might be the only way to break out of this cycle and get unstuck. But also, they're still stuck here. But if that's the best way to get the souls out and get them to move on, could potentially work. I will say you also, with the 20, you find the instruction manual for how to free the rest of Rasha's soul.
All right.
With warning notes that the other occupant of both instruments does not want that to happen, and is not afraid to fight dirty to stop you.
Well, definitely share the information about Ajireal. So essentially, it is possible to free these souls, but it might, sort of pervert Ajireal's whole purpose for existence, but there might not be any other way to go about it. Oh, and I found these notes about freeing Rasha's soul or something. I don't know if anybody is interested in those.
You found what now? Hello? Hi.
Notes about freeing Rasha's soul.
Excellent.
Lysandra just pops out her eyes, just suddenly right there.
It's like, thank you. I'll take those.
Seems like somebody might put up a bit of a fight if that is attempted, just as a heads up.
Well, all right then. Battle for souls of the musical variety. We're not afraid of blows.
So then, from that book for the ritual, do we need to have physical parts of things to bring to the thing, or is it more like how would that ritual be performed? And we know where the trapped soul is, right? Do we? Or is it like all around? Oh, we did hear music in that other place that we were going to enter.
I think the music is for Asha.
Right? Yeah.
Also, you know that there's a chamber where the bound souls were kept. Ezmarith has since been able to leave said chamber because the urn with his soul broke, but it's across the hallway.
Oh, that's convenient, across the hallway.
Yeah.
How very human of them to stick all of their problems in the basement together.
Right.
Out of sight, out of mind, I guess.
Mm-hmm. Has your pet woken up yet, Ileona?
I don't know. Again, it's only been a few
Oh, yeah.
minutes, like, technically. But,
Okay.
It's been at least an
or
hour.
an hour, yeah.
You were studying for an hour. I totally forgot what question you asked.
Enough that he fell asleep.
I think they were fairly non-consequential questions, given information we have since found out.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I imagine about halfway through your research, just popped up, blurted out the answer, and then just went back to being a cute little ferret. You might not have actually heard the answer because it was like in your pocket.
Okay.
You just hear this voice coming from your pocket.
Hugo, is that you?
Will Hugo answer more questions now, or is Hugo done with questions?
I'll say that Hugo has some more questions in him.
Okay. I guess we can put it to the group. Assume we only have one question we can ask, and then...
You have 6 questions.
Oh,
left.
that's nice.
So we have 6 questions. We don't necessarily have to burn them all now, but
No.
No.
if there's anything we think is pressing that we would like to try to get an answer on at this moment, that's an option.
Say mostly what we need to figure out is how to do this ritual and where we need to be to do it.
Exactly. I mean, the book says a few things, but do you think the what was it? A ferret? Is this thing a ferret, Ileana?
Yes.
Do you think it knows where to find these things? Because I really hope it's not going to be in another room where it locks us in.
I have no idea if it knows where to find any of these things. I don't know what this ferret knows, so...
It should know everything about this place, though, right?
I think that's a large assumption to make, but
Oh no.
it might. But I think we can ask it if it knows where the items to complete this ritual are.
That would be nice.
Does the ritual have like a name or anything that I can refer to it as, or...
Let me check the book.
Nope. It's a ritual and you have to redact it.
Oh, great.
I love redacting.
So we can kind of wing that, the details of that.
Mm-hmm.
So...
You need a feather from the angel's wing.
Can it see and maybe take a look at the words and the pictures and maybe know what it's alluding to? Is it that intelligent?
I truly do not know. And we can
Okay.
find out, but we're burning a question to do so.
That's the spirit.
I'm a little worried.
With that nat 20, you're not going to have any issue doing the ritual.
Oh, okay. Bless. Okay.
You're just like, oh, hey, I got this. Part of it is you do have to summon him, but you could perhaps ask the ferret how to summon, because Ajireal's been part of this library for a while, and the ferret knows a lot about the library.
I do like that question.
So we'll ask the ferret. Hugo, do you know how to summon Ajireal?
The angel.
His physical presence is within the Nazron gem, and his soul is still bound to it, so you can release the physical presence from the gem that is in the Chamber of Souls.
A fitting name.
It's across the hallway.
Yes, there's a gem in the Chamber of Souls across the hallway, so...
Excellent.
Let's make this quick then. I gotta get out of this place. I do not plan on dying here.
Well, at least if you did, you might stick around for a while.
That's even worse.
You'd have so many books to read.
That's true. Do like books.
That's the spirit.
I'm afraid so.
There are no spirits in this room
Yeah.
that you know of.
Yeah, exactly.
Shall we go across the hall to the Chamber of Souls?
Yes, definitely. Let's go.
You shall.
Just
Roll me a stealth check as you do so.
I got a 22.
12.
17. Basang's getting a bit impatient and losing stealthiness.
Exactly. Books falling off as he's carrying them. Step on a little rock. Like, who put the rock here? Damn library.
Okay. So you don't get noticed. Everyone roll a perception check to see if you notice.
Oh.
Dirty 20.
Nat 20.
Oh!
23.
Oh, look at us.
Very perceptive.
Yeah.
Noticing so many things. Oh, there was a door right here the whole time.
You begin to step out the door, going towards the room across the hall that Hugo indicated was the Chamber of Souls. And you all become immediately aware that there's something coming down the hallway. It sounds like two somethings.
Oh no.
And probably just like peek around and you see a figure that could only be Ezmarith with a fire elemental.
Oh!
The demon?
Quickly now! Quickly!
Oh jeez, oh jeez, oh jeez.
So give me another round of stealth checks as you are panicked running across the hallway.
25.
Oh damn.
So we have a 7, a 25.
I got a 7, yeah.
Ouch.
Who else got 7? Who was like...
The other
Eliona?
monk.
Two
that's
7s and a
great.
25!
So somehow, as Lyssandra's
Booking it.
flipped across the hallway with no one noticing, both monks managed to trip on the doorframe.
You know, these cloaks are so in the way sometimes.
You should really get a cloak of billowing. It's very convenient.
You both try and go through the doorway at the same time, and there's just... It's not subtle.
Oh god.
And you draw the attention of Ezmarith and his fire elemental, so let's get those initiative rolls.
Oh shit.
A wonderful more souls for my collection.
Wonderful indeed.
You're across the...
Got an 11.
19.
16.
Can the ferret fight? Like, can we have...
Oh no, baby.
Excellent. Eliona, you go first.
I guess I'm going to run up to Ezmarith and try to bonk him with a quarterstaff.
Hit him with a big stick.
12.
That actually hits.
Well, that's exciting. 11 bludgeoning damage. And then for the second attack, I will whip around with the other end of the quarterstaff and bonk him again. 25
Absolutely hits.
for 8 damage. And then for my bonus action, I'm going to patient defense, since I'm standing directly next to a bad guy and a fire elemental.
Yeah.
He is less than impressed with the current situation. Now it's the fire elemental's turn. You just came up and smacked his boss. So he's just gonna reach out and touch you. So the first attack is a 19 to hit.
Did you roll a disadvantage?
So that's a 13 to hit for the first
13
one.
does not hit.
Cool. And the second one, I rolled a 9. So just goes to grab you and you just effortlessly like, nope, nope. And you can like feel the heat as it misses you both times. You don't want to be touched by a fire elemental. It's a bad time.
I imagine that.
And that's his turn. Lysandra, it's your turn.
Yay! Have they noticed me yet?
And your stealth roll was pretty high.
I'll say they haven't noticed you.
Okay.
You are perfectly hidden behind the two monks.
I don't have sneak attack or anything, so that doesn't really make a difference, but it does make it more fun. You know what? I think I would like to try and cast Dissonant Whispers on Ezmarith.
Okay.
Which is a DC 15 Wisdom save.
Oof. Ouch. That's an 8.
Okay. For those who don't know, Dissonant Whispers is you whisper a discordant melody that only one creature of your choice within range can hear, racking it with terrible pain. On a failed save, it takes 3d6 psychic damage and must immediately use its reaction if available to move as far as its speed allows away from you.
Ouch. Roll that damage.
That's 11 psychic damage.
So as you whisper this melody, you just see clutches his head, looks very injured, and just starts booking it down the hallway. Fire Elemental just turns and watches.
And as a bonus action, I would like to use Bardic Inspiration on Pazan, who's had a tough time the last minute or so.
Thank you.
So come on, pull yourself together. You're good for this.
Thank you, friend.
Eliana, as you're standing there, you just see his mare just turns and runs.
Can we get an opportunity attack?
I think so, actually, yeah.
Oh yeah, because you're right next to him.
17.
That hits.
Hit him with a big stick.
9 more damage.
This makes me so happy.
Ezmarith is looking a little rough as he runs away. And it's his turn. He's gonna turn around. And you can still only see one person, actually, so he's just gonna huck an Eldritch Blast at you, Eliona.
Alright.
I believe in you in a non-helpful via die kind of way.
Still has disadvantage.
Also, good news is, the dice don't like me today, so he hucks an Eldritch Blast and just splashes against the wall behind you, just like goes between you and the fire elemental and smacks into the wall.
Ooh.
And then my guy's got spells. He's just gonna hang out back there. Song, it's your turn.
Okay, let's see here.
Your other monk friend is facing off against a fire elemental and is doing fine, I must say.
I'd like to move closer. I would like to take out a dagger.
Going to throw a knife at a fire elemental.
I don't have much. Well, I definitely don't want to do some boxing with my fist.
I mean, if you're moving fast enough, as long as you don't have prolonged contact with the fire, you should be fine.
Yeah, I'm gonna throw my dagger at it. See what happens.
Give me the roll.
Okay. Oh, that's not very pretty. Yeah, that's a 7.
You have inspiration.
Oh,
You do have Bardic Inspiration.
1d6.
1d6. Okay, rolling that onto the 7.
There's a chance.
Oh, I rolled a 1, so that's
No.
an 8.
No. So you threw in the knife, and it just kind of clatters onto the ground
Okay,
between Elio and the fire elemental.
So I'd like to use Flurry of Blows. After you take the attack action on your turn, you can spend 1 key point to do 2 Flurry Blows. I believe that's what it says.
Yeah, 2 additional unarmed attack.
Sorry, yeah, 2 unarmed attacks. So I shall try that.
Yeah, you have to scooch a little closer to get within melee range.
Okay, so I scooch closer, I pick up my stupid dagger that didn't do anything. And I'm like right up close now.
Start punching.
Yeah, just freaking go at it. So that roll isn't very good, the first one. That's a 9.
Nope.
And then, come on, guys, come on, Jesus, and that's another 7. We ain't getting anywhere with this one today. Nope.
Maybe the monks should work on the ritual. Sandra handled it.
I'm doing fine.
Yeah, you're doing great.
You know what? I do have the knowledge. I should work on the ritual.
So as you are not able to stab or punch fire, Pasong is just not having a good time.
Even with the inspiration, yeah.
So Eliona, it's your turn.
I still believe in you.
I'm better at reading.
Right. I'm gonna use another key point to Step of the Wind so I can disengage as a bonus action. And then I'm gonna go chase down Ezmarith. And then I'm going to keep hitting him with a stick.
Do it.
Because it's worked so far.
Yeah, the dice like you.
For now that we're talking about it, it's gonna turn sour. First attack. Yep. Called it. On cue. On cue.
Oh, nat one.
Oh.
You go to attack, he just catches your staff, like, just pushes it back.
So he pushes it back. I'll like flip it around and try to bring it up under his chin for a second attack. And that is a 19.
That one does hit.
Hey, max damage. 12 bludgeoning.
Nice. You clock him under the chin, and I'll say he actually staggers back slightly. Dude looks rough. You could probably punch him. Just straight up punch him.
Well, if I had a bonus action left, I would certainly try, but I'm tapped out.
Fair. Now on to the fire elemental. There's now only one target. It is going to, once again, attempt to just hit and burn you, Kasang. It's a 14 to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. The second one does not hit.
Okay.
Oh. For max damage, you take 15 fire damage.
Oh no!
Oh, that's nice. I'll put
I
that
should have
in.
used cutting words.
15, huh? Okay.
It just smacks you twice, and you are starting to become a bit of a crispy monk.
Ouch.
That's the fire elemental's turn. Lysandra.
Yeah, I'm gonna start by running forward out of the doorway, and surprise, I've been here the whole time! Which puts me within range of the fire elemental to go ahead and use vicious mockery, because why not? Because I don't think I have any ranged weapons.
Yes, shit talk the fire elemental.
But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and taunt the fire elemental, which is a DC 15 wisdom save.
They're decent at wisdom, bad at intelligence, so fails.
Huzzah! So that's 2d4 psychic damage as I run around the corner and it's like, get back from me, you 2-bit tinderbox. For max damage, 8.
Hassan, this strange look comes over the elemental's face as it looks both offended and just sad. It looks like he was hurt by what she just said.
Sticks and stones, huh?
Sticks, not so helpful. Stones, maybe.
It's so funny.
Alright, so next is Ezmarith's turn. And Liliana, you're being a problem. So I believe you're going to need to make a wisdom saving throw, as he says. Why don't you just drop your staff and walk away? It's going to attempt to cast suggestion.
4.
The rest of you will see what happens on Iliona's turn. But you do hear Ezmarith say that. And I feel like, Lysandra, you in particular, like, oh no.
I don't know, that's not good at all.
I know what that spell is. And Pasong, it's your turn.
Seeing that words hurt this thing and not so much my own fists or weapons, I'm going to work on curing myself first. So I will use Cure Wounds on myself.
Go for it. You're hurt.
Okay, so second level Cure Wounds with my Staff of Healing. I rolled a 11. That's decent.
You're now a lot less burned.
Oh, thank goodness. And I would have a bonus action still, right? You know what? No, forget it. I'm gonna use Flurry of Blows again. So I'm gonna use a key point, and I'm gonna try Unarmed Strike twice.
Go for it.
So we rolled Pathetically, that's an 8. Oh, come on.
Nope.
One more, come on. Ooh! 23.
Yeah!
That hits.
Finally. Yeah, at first I'm like, okay, let's try a punch. But clearly that didn't work. So then I swung around and did like a kick instead from the back of my foot.
And that actually connects.
Okay, beautiful. Let's see what that is. That will be a 5.
It adds up.
Hey, damage is damage. Your foot connects with something not long enough to cause damage to yourself. And it's not quite as bright. And it's gone from looking sad to just looking annoyed with you.
Oh, that's great.
And Eliona, it's your turn as you drop your staff and begin to walk away.
As a point of order, he did say drop staff and walk away. At no point did he tell me not to attack anything.
Without the staff.
You still have to, drop your staff and walk away.
Right, but I have darts I can throw.
So, you drop your staff.
Yep.
I'm gonna roll a d4 to see which direction you walk.
You walk into a wall?
It's a 4, so you just walk. You walk right past him. Walk 30 feet away from the fight.
Nice.
Which means he's flanked now.
Yeah.
Yeah. And I will say you have completed the suggested activity, so at the end of your turn, you're just like, wait a minute. And it's the fire elemental's turn. And it's just gonna keep dealing with the pesky monk in front of him. With a 23 to hit.
Oh yeah, that really hits.
Cutting words.
And a 13 to hit. Okay, so you cutting words the first attack?
Yeah. And that didn't help. Because it's only minus
Nope.
1. Ah! I tried.
Wait, so how much was it to hit?
23 and then a 13.
Okay, so the 13 doesn't land.
Okay, so only the first attack hits.
Yeah.
Lysandra, what do you say for your cutting words?
That isn't very effective. I think it's just like, well, that's not very nice.
As you say that, it hits Pasong for...
Oh god.
That was a better roll. 6 damage this time.
Oh, thank goodness.
And as you talk, its attention snaps to you, Lysandra.
It's true.
And there's rage, and it gets distracted enough that Pasong is able to dodge the second one.
Nice.
And Lysandra, it is your turn.
I can't reach Ezmarith with a movement, but I could reach the elemental. I don't know that I want to get anywhere between the two of them. That sounds like a bad time. But I could try and buy Pasong an out to retreat and start working on the ritual.
Sounds like a great idea.
Do I think the fire elemental would be immune to blindness or no?
Roll Arcana.
16.
Fire elementals have eyes. They are not immune to blindness.
Cool.
You may not have seen them successfully be blinded.
But I also haven't really seen people encounter many fire elementals over the times. It's like, has it been tried?
Exactly.
I don't know. Why not try it?
It has eyes. I can blind it.
I will cast Blindness Deafness at the fire elemental, which is a DC 15 con save.
And it rolled a 7.
Hooray! Obviously, I choose blinded instead of deafened. So it is now blinded.
I'm trying to figure out what that looks like visually.
It does last for 1 minute. So 10 rounds.
I think the motes of light that make up the eyes blackened as you do this.
Cool. It does get an attempt to make another saving throw on each of its turns, but, I'll take it. I wish I had more options for bonus actions, but unfortunately, I don't have many, so... For aesthetics, as I blind this fire elemental, the cloak does indeed billow back in a dramatic way as a bonus action.
Just the most dramatic of billowing.
Yeah. Just to add an effect, make it seem like I'm even more powerful than I am. Like an intimidation tactic that it can't even see, because it can't see anything.
Roll intimidation. Because if Ezmarith can see.
19.
You notice Ezmarith looks briefly a little concerned.
No one messes with that which is mine.
And so for his turn, he's just going to run into this room and slam the door behind him.
Coward.
Strategic.
Pass on, the ritual!
On it!
He's gonna cast Mage Armor on himself, too. He has work to do. He doesn't have time to deal with this.
You have all the time in the world.
So he has a Mage Armor, and Pasong, it is your turn.
I'm going to disengage.
Do you have a bonus action, disengage?
Let me see.
He's blinded, so it should be easier anyway.
Yeah, I do have, I can spend a key point to disengage, but if I already have a blinded dude in front of me, I think I can just run away, yeah?
Yeah. It's going to attempt an opportunity attack, but being blinded, it gets disadvantage, which is good.
Okay.
That's still an 18.
Oh, that's really cool.
As you're running away, you take 12 fire damage.
Oh, that's so nice. Okay.
You want to grab my potion of healing as you pass?
Oh no, I got the staff.
So, you are in the room.
Okay, so I've used my action, I've used my bonus action.
So, now that you're in the room and you can see the layout, you see there is a statue that has the gem in it, and looking around, adding that to your knowledge, there's an arcane symbol on the floor surrounding the statue, and you know what words to use and the spell is lifted, but there is one condition, is it has to be done by someone with a light heart. I will say, but you see a statue that has the ruby-like crystal in the chest.
Okay, then I'd like to approach it and kneel.
We'll have to circle back because it was your turn to get in here.
Okay, then I'll do that. I'm in the room, okay.
You're in the room and not being hit by a fire elemental, so that's good.
I'm halfway health, yep, but I made it.
So, Eliona, it's your turn. You see where you dropped your stick on the ground.
Yep. So I will go back to here, which is where my staff was, to pick up the staff, and then I will, I think, just throw 2 darts at the fire elemental.
Give me the rolls.
10.
Nope.
And 21.
That one hits.
All right.
Is it easier to hit because it's blinded?
I think that would be for more melee, not ranged.
Dang.
It takes 7 piercing damage from the dart that hits.
Nice. That hurt a little bit. It looks very confused by its current situation.
And I think I'm gonna save my key points and stuff, so that's me done.
There's not a lot it can do, so it's just going to thrash around trying to hit something. And it's not going to hit anything because there's nothing to hit. And then roll that wisdom save again it was wisdom, right?
That one's a con save.
Con save. To see if it shakes off the blindness, which was a 12.
15.
Cool. It's still blinded.
Yeah.
He's not having a good time. And Lysandra, it's your turn. What do you do?
What is worth using on you? Because I want this elemental gone.
It's looking kind of hurt, but it's still pretty hardy.
Mm-hmm. Do I want to use another spell slot? We don't know what we're getting into after this. That's a future me problem. I'm gonna cast Shatter on it.
Okay. Do it.
That's gonna be another DC 15 con save.
All right.
And it is a 10-foot radius. On that point, we are all clear of it. No friendly fire casualties there.
Cool, I got a 19.
Dang!
This guy is good at con, except for when it comes to shaking off blindness, apparently.
Apparently, which means it only takes half damage for 3d8 thunder damage. Which I rolled a 17, so 8 damage.
Yeah, I mean, hey, that still hurt. It doesn't quite have the impact that you've seen Shatter have on other things, but it could be something to do with the fact that this is mostly fire?
Maybe.
But that does hurt. And Ezmarith is going to cast darkness in the hallway.
It's my band name.
I think he's gonna cast it, like, just outside of the door, so...
And is that magical darkness, so dark vision can't pierce through it?
Yeah. So, there's just a block of darkness just outside of the door, which I do not believe actually impacts anybody, but now it's harder to find the door.
I just realized that I am a wood elf, which means all that fire was like, that makes sense.
Yeah, it would hurt you.
Just severely.
Just a little. And, Pasong, it is your turn.
I would like to come into the ritual.
The statue's, like, in the back corner is the one that's Ajireal. But first you need to
Move.
summon, which with that 20 is simple enough
All right.
to do.
Well, I hold up my staff, using it sort of like a antenna, and try to locate good old Ajireal. Say, I summon thee, O great Ajireal. And I also add please and thank you.
It's pretty simple. So you light a coal, and there's like a little brazier in front of the statue, and beautiful silver flame rises from it. You focus on that and just start sharing your story. And what is going on right now? And as you're talking, you see a shadow spreading from the flame. It grows wider and wider, growing into the shape of wings, and flickering light appears above the flame and grows into a figure that matches the shadow. A hooded form appears in front of you, with massive wings spreading from its back, the lower part of its body disappearing into nothingness. Its face is a grim skull, and it has 2 gleaming blades in his hand. Doesn't seem hostile towards you, but he says, "You called for me?"
Wow. Yes, I did. Me and my friends are here to help cleanse and free the souls, as we've read, and also try to leave this place unharmed.
There are many dangerous things in this place. How do you seek to cleanse the souls?
Well, I was kind of hoping you would help with that.
I do not judge the souls that I ferry. I can release them to move on, but to cleanse would be antithetical to my being.
So it's sort of like a moral dilemma for yourself, is that right?
I am not one to judge. I merely ferry those who've passed to beyond.
Well, there's this Ezmarith entity out there right now trying to cause more problems. If we could get your help with that.
I'm aware of them. Want to give me an insight check?
Okay. Alright, I got a little bit of a plus there. We're looking at a 16.
It's going to take a lot to convince Ajireal to basically factory reset these souls.
Okay.
Someone with a very high charisma. Or a really good argument of why they should go against their nature.
Okay, well, I don't know if charisma's Pasang's strong suit. Definitely not. Nope. Would you mind waiting here for a bit as I grab a friend of mine?
The entity just shrugs. And I think you've taken all of your movement, but you can free action just yell for Lysandra.
Yeah.
You can just yell from here.
I'll just yell, like, really loudly. Lysandra! Need your help!
Coming!
That is your turn, and...
Ileana, just run really quickly past it. And hit it really hard.
Ileana, it is your turn. What do you do?
Okay, the fire elemental is still blind, yeah?
Yes.
Okay. So...
Which means hitting it with a stick might be a little easier.
this side. And then, yeah, I'm gonna hit it with a stick a couple times. So at advantage, yeah?
Yep. 18 hits.
9 bludgeoning. And then second attack, also at advantage. 17.
Yep.
6 bludgeoning. And then I will key point to Flurry of Blows to try to punch it a couple times as well while I'm here.
It's looking pretty hurt.
Okay.
Kick it!
These will also get advantage. 24.
Absolutely hits.
9 bludgeoning. And last
Describe
one.
how you punched the fire elemental out of existence. It had 9 hit points left.
Beautiful.
So yeah, Aeliona just runs up, kind of like slides past it to get onto the side where they interpose themselves between the elemental and Lysandra, and then just like whacks at both of the knees with the quarterstaff to like drop it down, and then just, you know, Mike Tyson punch out uppercut like directly to the jaw to finish it off.
And the fire elemental just scatters as you have killed it.
Just embers all over the floor.
And then just turn around to Lysandra and just kind of like shrug, like, seem to be all right.
Well done, well done. Nice show.
I think Ezmarith has no intention of coming out of the room. He's got himself locked up nice and tight, and as far as he knows, you're never getting out of here, so he's just gonna... You're out of combat.
Playing the long game.
Well, that's good. Let's go see what's going on in there.
You don't know what he's doing. He's just not actively coming out of the darkness at the end of the hallway.
Like a broody teenager.
Yeah, Lysandra is gonna run over into the room.
And you see Pasang standing before a statue that has almost like the silhouette of this angelic figure with a skull head and 2 gleaming blades.
Pasang says, "Hey, I found the angel."
Very cool. It's quite neat. I like your style.
Single nod.
You needed help with something?
Yeah, I don't think I'm getting through to him in terms of helping us out here. Can you, with your eloquent and charismatic ways, maybe have him see our side a little?
Oh, well, my flattery. You're not wrong.
Yes.
I suppose I can see if I could explain ourselves clearly and bring you to the light of our well thought out and planned for decisions. Because we definitely had well thought out plan for yeah.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So as you're approaching and saying, like, I'll help you see my side of things, I think he just says, I'm familiar with the duplicitous nature of those who live in this world. I was summoned here by the Duke with the message that there was one who was unable to leave the mortal existence behind, and I was brought in to help, but he only sought to bind me.
Oh, well, that's terrible. None should be held against their will to perform that which is against their nature. It's just not right. Of course, there are ways, perhaps, that we could free you from your binding to carry on your existence as it will. However, in order to reach that point, we simply must deal with the problem that are these trapped, lost souls in the library, you see.
If you choose to free me, I will be able to ferry these souls onwards. Well, that choice is part of your journey.
Unfortunately, what we have learned over the past long time of several hours is that in doing so, we would be achieving their wishes as well, to free them to go back to the dark powers that be so that they may continue their quest to something about taking over humanity, bringing us into an age of darkness and murder and all of that.
And damnation. Pasang is nodding
Yeah.
his head on the side.
Oh, damnation, yeah, that's a great word for it. It's not wrong. And in good conscience, to preserve our souls, I don't think we could allow that to happen.
Roll a persuasion check.
Ooh, can I assist because I am in there assisting, nodding along, adding words?
Nat 20!
Oh, you don't even need it.
No need at all.
Oh my god! Oh, perfect. Good thing I brought you in. My goodness.
It's what I'm here for, making others see the light. Or something.
Once I'm free, I will be able to do this, yes.
Do you mean that?
Yes.
Oh, well, I didn't even have to bring out the big guns, after all. In a way, it's not Ezmarith's fault. It was the circumstances of his life that were beyond his choice. Why should a soul be judged simply by the path they were led down against their will, without having another chance to live it out as they will, on their own?
Sometimes life has a habit of sending you on paths you did not expect or understand. I've experienced this myself.
I don't think any of us expected to be in a library for so long.
I'm still trying to find out what happened to the divine realm of my god, or all the other things that have changed since. I don't know what happened. All I know is I wish to go back to what is my calling. Guiding souls to the afterlife.
A noble endeavor. I can make no promises as to our being able to assist you in this, but would I be able to call you friend? I would say that I will do my utmost to try.
Me too.
Yeah.
It is appreciated, and once I am released, you should be able to be free of this place as well, along with those who were trapped unwillingly.
I have a question about that, actually. Once you're freed and we can leave, it can be accessible again, correct? It won't lock anybody else up anymore. We can kind of go in and out as we please.
What he said.
Yes, many of the protections will be lowered.
That's great. That's okay, because I would really love to come back, just, not be stuck against my will. But that would be really great.
Well, it seems that your path perhaps is not meant to end here.
God, no.
So you perform the ritual. And it almost feels too simple for everything you're trying to accomplish with it. You prepare the components, speak the holy words, and for a few moments, nothing happens. And then you hear a crack coming from the statue as the gem that had trapped the Reaper Angel shatters into 1,000 pieces, and a bright light engulfs the room. You sense a powerful presence and hear a few words in your mind. Thank you. I will not forget this. And then the light vanishes. The green glow from the broken urns that lined the other side of the room is gone, and you can only assume that all the souls imprisoned here have been freed and factory reset. And you should be able to leave the building.
I think it's done.
Oh,
We should find Ileona.
Eliona's in the room.
I think we turn around and... Well, that was quite the presentation. Someone has some pizzazz. I appreciate that.
Yes, well done.
No panache?
I wasn't there, but seems like you did it.
The ritual worked, but it wouldn't have been possible without Lyssandra's charm, that's for sure. I was not getting through to that angel.
Oh, please. I couldn't have done it without you. You did the ritual bit. That's the important part. I don't know if I would have wanted to mess with that.
It was pretty intricate. It was a lot of fast movements. It was hard to see, so it looked very simple, but it was actually very intricate and specific.
See, that's the key about anything that takes so much effort, is it looks so effortless.
Exactly.
Can I have a deception check, Song?
Too bad you can't borrow my modifier for that.
Yeah, no, that's a 4.
Lysandra, you know that's not true. You probably you can still play along with it, but you know.
Of course I know.
Yeah.
I indulge my friends as I lead them in danger in an attempt to protect them.
Yeah.
Like you do.
And so you are able to leave the library. I will say Zamiel is still there.
Lysandra certainly would beeline straight back for the music room, for the cursed concert hall.
So you don't leave, you just, your first thing is...
Oh no. I just immediately take those pages out and go back to find Vrasha.
If that's like the exit scene, then like Passan will be like sighing, like, well, I guess now that we can leave, I'll
I came here to find a lost bard. I found them in pieces.
I'll come and help.
I will read a little bit of interesting flavor text as you all go to free Vrasha's souls. You find the notebook of the person who did this, and as you flip through the tattered notebook, it quickly becomes obvious that the author, the sorcerer, was not in their right mind. Ramblings about the weather or people she met turning into brilliant arcane theories, which are interrupted mid-sentence by scribbled drawings or pretty bad gloom and doom poetry. You almost put the book aside just as you notice a passage of interest. I found it, the Talisman of Oblivion. It is my last resort. If anything goes wrong, I shall use it. Vrasha will be mine forever, but if I fail, I will obliterate her soul. She will be mine or she shall perish. The talisman can destroy every disembodied soul, leaving nothing behind. All it requires is part of my life force, torn out of my essence forever, which I shall give willingly if I cannot have Vrasha. A drop of warm blood on the black stone and the sphere activates. From what I have read, it turns into a beautiful sphere. 50 feet of absolute nothingness. I desire to use it just to observe its otherworldly grace, but I shall first go to my neighbor who is cooking his horrible soup again. I cannot stand the stench of fish. I swear I will slit his throat one day. When was the last time I went to the ocean? Following this paragraph, there are scribbles of fish and waves.
Oh, and people say I'm an intense fan. Ugh. Good thing we didn't use that talisman, eh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So, you do have to do battle against the sorcerer soul and the piano that does thunder damage, but you're able to do the ritual free that portion of the soul.
I imagine kind of like a devil goes down to Georgia, like music off between my sonic thunder things with my magical cello against the instruments.
Yeah, and the monks have to step in, Ileana and Pasong, with the harp because the strings untie and start whipping at humans.
Oh!
Yeah, Pasang will be there every few turns, like healing with the staff bonk on Lysandra's head. Cure once.
It's like, ow! Ow!
So it's a pretty epic showdown before you are able to free the soul of Rasha into whatever afterlife awaits her, as well as the sorcerer who did that to her. And find other interesting things, including the talisman that is obsidian and freezing cold to the touch. And also you find the skull of a hellhound, and there's a lot of interesting stuff in the library, and eventually you are able to leave, and in the weeks and months that follow, what does your epilogue look like?
I think it's pretty obvious. Basang, in the beginning, was like, I hate this place, get me out of here, it's musty, it's, awful. But then there's like so many books, and so dedicates his personal time to research, and in a way finds many different rituals and kind of becomes really good at rituals.
You learn quite a bit of magic.
Yeah.
Do you think Pasong is able to steer away from the darker paths, though? Because there's a lot of dangerous knowledge in there.
Oh, yeah. I mean, the staff of healing and all, I think it's more so about cleansing souls and, doing that factory reset up and about other cursed places. I think that's more of the angle.
So you effectively become a curse breaker.
Oh, that'd be cool, yeah.
Yeah, I like that. There are lots of weird curses that came out of the apocalypse.
Oh, yeah.
And what about Ileana?
I think now that people can freely come back and forth to the library, Ileana will probably spend a lot of their time just exploring the library. Like, there's obviously a lot of stuff in there that's, nefarious and not, and that interests them greatly. And so just kind of sort of absorbing as much of the general knowledge as they can, like not necessarily going down a specific path. And then also, like assisting with the townspeople and like bringing back knowledge to them as well, and putting together a task force from the town to try to name the two big rocks. Because it should be a group effort. Like, it's, not something that I should come up with on my own. But yeah.
And there are also tunnels around the big rocks, so maybe you go clear those out and clear monsters out. Sounds like you'll stay in Black Cleft for a while.
Hard to avoid a tunnel, for sure.
Yeah. Stay in Black Cleft for a couple of years, and then maybe move on to see what else there is out there in this wide post-apocalyptic landscape.
Yeah.
And Lysandra.
Well, the life of Lysandra, Eliana, Nalerin Quentis Sway. Or just Liz, sometimes. It's fine. Andra, whatever. I think Lysandra would probably go back to wandering around the countrysides and playing shows throughout towns, learning stories, and just hearing where would be the most interesting place to go next. But definitely every time coming back through the area, going to visit the library, because she knows there will be a couple of monks there to say hi to. Like, well, what'd you learn? What's interesting? What's new? Anything to tell me? And just going around, still playing their cello sometimes, but always bringing out Vrasha's violin for a few songs throughout to be like, this was one of the most legendary bards I've ever had the fortune to hear, and keeping it alive.
Yeah. I have a feeling that violin, it's not possessed anymore. It's definitely somewhat magical.
Sometimes you swear you can hear it playing harmony with itself, but you're not quite sure. You're just lost in the music, and it's like waking out of a dream when the song ends. Just like, wait, what?
And I imagine there are plenty more adventures to be had in this shattered world.
Oh, absolutely.
I think we're gonna wrap up there. Thank you all for joining for this random little adventure.
Thank you.
We did it.
Thank you.
I love the adventures in the Braythe Shattered Realities world. They're so much fun. Orphans of Vine Snake Hill is another fun one that I really enjoyed, as well as Faith Reborn, which is more of like a longer term game. I've only played parts of it. Absolute blast.
Yeah, they sound like fun just from the names.
Yeah. I highly recommend go check it out. There are also a lot of different like custom races, classes, cool magic items. It's just fascinating world. It's a lot of fun. And as we sign out, let's go around, remind us who you are and where we can find you. And anything else you want to plug?
Don't all speak up at once.
I was gonna say, Tenzin, go.
Oh, okay, sure, yes. Hi, I'm Tenzin. I have been Pasang today. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on socials as Tenzin Days, as in days of the week. A thing I'd like to plug is a personal project of mine that I plan to start back up again this 2024. It's called Hot People Play TTRPGs, an intimate one-on-ones interview / actual play setting. It's on Spotify, it's on the Amazon, I think, and soon to be Apple when I figure it out. So thank you so much.
I can go next.
I was about to say, Emily, go.
Ha! I beat you to it. Hello, I'm Emily, better known as was foretold, all around the internet. My pronouns are they, she, and you can find me behind the scenes and where and whatnot for the Game Oven podcast, a collaborative world building podcast, building a world one game at a time. You should really check it out. We've got a cool concept with a really cool group and so many fantastic guest stars that I can't even believe it's a thing, but it is, and we love it. And if you want to hear more of Lysandra, technically, you can hear another one of their lives as Ezmarith of Bardoon on the Lawful Great Adventures podcast. There's 2 full campaigns for you to listen to, over 100 episodes, 200 episodes? I don't remember. We've got a lot of episodes that you can go back and listen to. It's still a great podcast to check out. I love it so much, and I won't let it die.
Never.
Check out my dice and art and stuff.
I am MJ. My pronouns are they, them. You can find me on rarely used socials at that MJ. I don't really have anything to plug myself, but my lovely, much better than I am spouse is an artist and has a shop called Pushing Whimsy, which you can find at pushingwhimsy.com or Pushing Whimsy on Instagram if you're interested in all kinds of like nerdy and inclusive stickers and cards and pins and all that kind of stuff. So check that out.
And I am Brianna Jean, she, they. I also do things over on Game Woven, which is about as chaotic and wild as it sounds. Mostly do the editing for that, as well as all the stuff on Pseudonym Social, and all the stuff over at the Graveyard Tapes. I do too many things. It's fine. Got another show coming out in March that I'm very excited about, so keep an eye out for that. Yeah, Emily's ecstatic. She's in that one too.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I have a pool of people I repeat kidnap for things. That's just how I do.
She
Oh, yeah,
doesn't kidnap me. I just dive straight in the pool.
True. That is true. It's not hard to kidnap some people. But thank you all for listening, and see you next time that I find another random adventure to run.